What's good, everybody? This your boy Mike coming to you from Reality Warpers. Yo, I got a question. Do spiritual topics pique your interest? Do you desire unique conversations? Sit down, calm your mind. Let's have a conversation. And after we have a talk, if you feel like you got information of substance, like and subscribe to the channel. And if you know anybody that have like minds, share my content, and together we can warp realities. So without further ado, let's get to the show. So, get into how important the nurturer is. Okay, the nurturer is the one that teaches the child, the spirit, the entity that you created. Okay, and the teachings that you give it is basically the the foundation that's made for that child. So the foundation that that child is given now gives it sort of a push towards the future. Okay. So what you teach that child, what you nurture into that child. So basically, nurturer is like whatever is given to you, you make into something better. Okay. So it's like that. The man gives you the seed of life and you grow that seed into something. Okay, so as you're watering it, you're nurturing it, you're pulling the weeds from around it. That's basically you trying to keep negative energy from around that person, that child, protecting it from seeing certain things out in the world that it's not supposed to see, that would kind of like throw it off from its purpose, deter it from its purpose. And you are doing that not too much, but to the point where, okay, now when you get out on your own, when you are out there in the world, you have a foundation and you know what you should and you should not be doing. That child have free will. That child is going to go out and do whatever that child wants to do at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, you have gave that child a foundation, and that foundation will always be within that child. Okay, so that moral compass that you have helped set in that child will always be in that child. So at any point of time, that child get to a point in his or her life where they are being self-aware with themselves and they get into a situation that's uncomfortable or a situation where they feel like they need help or something like that, it's as if the moral compass that you have set in them kind of help guide them in the right path on which they should go. Okay, so it is extremely important on the nurturer, on the foundation of the entire family. Okay, so for many of us that have heard, like I said, uh, the grandmother is like the backbone of the family. Well, she gave birth to the beginning of that family. So, yes, she gave the foundation of what that family now grew into. So, it is extremely important on what that grandmother have taught the children that made now the grandchildren. Okay, and so on and so forth, because whatever she taught is going to be taught continued down the line unless something happened now, nowadays, with technology and things of that nature. um the children are able to see other influences. But if it wasn't for that, basically, is what I'm saying, the influences that that child will be seeing on a consistent and daily basis is the family, the model of the family. So what does that family do? Is that family a family of business minded people, or and more intelligent people? More than likely that child will have, I said more than likely, it's not all the time, this is not 100% set, this is how it's going to be, but for the most part, a lot of the time that child leans towards whatever the family business is or whatever the family routines are. Now again, that child have free will, and it takes a extremely strong mind to break out of negative environments or negative habits or things of that nature that set from the foundation. Okay, so it's extremely important to pay attention to what vibrations you are keeping around your children on a consistent basis, because that is a part of nurturing, pulling the weeds, making sure certain vibrations is not affecting that child to the point where it deters them from what their purpose is going to be. Okay. So don't just look at being a nurturer as like it's a job. It's a very, very important uh trait to have. Okay. A divine feminine trait to have. Okay. So going into our next topic, we're talking about the peacemaker. Okay. So the peacemaker is peace is a place where God can flow. Okay. God flows everywhere, but depending on the environment, that energy flows differently. Okay. So if that if God is in a peaceful environment, the a lot of time the vibration is high on how God flows through that environment. It's quiet, it's clean, it's up kept as far as like the energy that is kept within the house. Okay. So everybody have been to a place where just as soon as you walk in that place, you felt like a different type energy where it's like a calming energy, a cooling energy, like that energy, like for some kind of reason, like help your worries just go away. Like soon as you walked in, it's like you almost like forgot the problems and things that you was going through on your, regular life or whatever, just stepping in a place. Just giving an example, like going on a certain vacation or something like that. The energy that's in that place is the peace. That's the peace that's created within that place, within that environment. The energies, the spirits that's giving energy to that place is giving it a peaceful vibration. Okay. So that's why you feel peace when you walk into that place. Okay. That is the environment you should have for your home. Okay. So again, I said that I was going to talk to you about in my earlier series. I said that I was going to talk to you about the things that you supposed to do in order to help him continue to be a provider. By you taking certain stress off of his mind, it helps him continue to flow with the bigger purpose and not lose himself, and then make it start to feel like it's too much to handle at one time for him. By you taking away certain stresses for him, like I said, being a helpmate, okay, the nurturing things of that nature, that's like feeding him. What I said on in my series when I was talking about the chakras, I got on the sacral chakra. In the second part of that video, I was talking about what you give him as far as food, as far as his nutrition is what his body grows into. Okay. And if you have followed me for a little while, you know the importance of taking care of your body and the importance of what your body is. That body is a completely separate entity. You are a vessel. That body is a vessel. And the energy that you are giving that vessel, it grows into something. Okay. So don't look at food as like, oh, it's just good to eat. You have to look at food as if it is a form of fuel, a form of energy, because that's what it is. It's a form of energy for the machine, for the vessel. Okay, so what you feed him or what he eat on a consistent basis, which a lot of times is what the woman is feeding him, that grows his body and his mind into something. Your cells literally dies off and remake themselves every 30 days. Okay. So you are literally what you eat, because they are remaking themselves with whatever you have given it the past 30 days. So whatever you gave it within for those 30 days is going to die off and replace itself with whatever you have given it, and just keep remaking itself over and over again. Every 30 days they die off, and they just gonna keep remaking themselves into whatever you have been giving it for those past 30 days. And that's why your body starts changing depending on the eating routine you are on. Okay. So by giving him healthier foods, by promoting healthier foods within the home, okay, a lot of times the men eat whatever the woman want to eat. What you want to eat, babe? So it's a lot of time is whatever the woman wants to eat. That's what the family eats, whatever she got a taste for. So now it's like you have to be the motivator into putting healthier eating routines in the home. Again, you doing this for the kids as well. So you just imagine you putting your kids on a healthier, eating routine at a younger age, and they're growing up in that type of way. They're growing up in that type of eating routine. So now from birth, their body is developing into one of the best bodies that they can use for this lifetime, because of the foundation of what they've been given from the parent, from the nurturer. Okay. And it's the same for the man. You're giving the same foods to the man. So it's helping him develop himself and keep his mind stable, keep his mind clear. Okay. um if you are following my TikTok, I had made a video where it was I made a reel where it was talking about connecting with God and connecting with nature. And on on the video, I had put a verse from Genesis where it was saying, where God was saying that I have given you all the trees and the green foods and things of that nature, paraphrasing it, and the fruits that bear seeds, and trees that bear seeds, things of that nature. I have given you that for your meats. Now, I'm not saying that you got to go vegan. I'm just saying, or you got to go vegetarian or whatever. But what I'm saying is be more aware, more conscious of what you are putting in your body. There are emotions in foods. There are emotions in foods. So what you are eating have an emotion, even the plants. So you can't say, oh, well, you're eating healthier foods by eating plant. Those plants have feelings as well. Now, I'm gonna give you an example on that too, because like I said, there are signs and things of that nature in movies and cartoon shows and all that kind of stuff like that. Have you ever seen the movie Fern Gully? It's an old cartoon, old school cartoon, like in the 90s or whatever. Fern Gully, where it was about a movie about fairies in a forest or whatever, and humans was coming to tear their forest down, like cutting down different trees of that nature. Where there's a part on there where one of the fairies had shrunk one of the humans. So now the humans was able to interact with the fairies on their level, because now they're the same size. And the fairy was showing him different things that they was doing that he didn't know. He wasn't connected to the forest like that. But she was showing him how the trees could bleed, the trees could feel, have certain emotions and things of that nature. Okay. So trees get scared and all of that type stuff. So you just can't see their emotions on the physical, but that doesn't mean they don't have it. So again, it's not like, okay, well, I got to eat the plants and things like that because I don't want to eat the emotions of the animals and stuff like that. It's not that. It's just the vibration that the food is on. Eating higher vibrational foods. There are certain animals and things of that nature. For example, the lamb, the sheep. The lamb and the sheep is fed grass. Okay, so higher vibrational foods already all his life. The way the lamb is shepherd, like brought into slaughtered or whatever, brought into the slaughter, it is guided by a shepherd the entire time. Listen, the importance of that shepherd is it is keeping the animal at a calm mind during the process. Okay, so it's like the shepherd is coaching that lamb through the whole thing, keeping the lamb calm and things of that nature. So it's like the emotions of the animal don't transfer into something negative during transition, if you get what I'm saying. Leaving that one vessel, that energy leaves on, go on to another lifetime or whatever. You have served your purpose here now. Okay, so now you're going on to another lifetime. That spirit is now going on to another lifetime. Energy is not destroyed, it's only transferred. Okay, that spirit have lived its lifetime and served its purpose. Now that purpose is to fuel one of the humans, okay, to keep that purpose being fulfilled by that human. Okay, so I was just giving that one example, there or whatever, just to explain to you that it's not always, oh, I got to be a vegan or I got to be vegetarian or that type thing. Okay, so I know I went on to a little spiel there, but that's my spiel on being a peacemaker. By you being peaceful in the home or bringing peace to the home when that man comes home from dealing with the outside world, outside of that environment. Okay, when he's done dealing with that, he come home into that in the environment. Is like that peace kind of makes him forget about the outside world. Therefore, he's able to go on to his creative side. He's starting to get into that right brain thinking because now it's like he's able to clear his mind. Okay, just because you are a male or a female does not mean you only supposed to have masculine traits or you only supposed to have feminine traits. You are supposed to have a good balance of both. Okay. But what traits are you taking in is the question. Are you taking in divine feminine traits? Or you taking in low vibration feminine traits? Are you as a woman taking in divine masculine traits? Or are you taking in lower vibration masculine traits? Okay, so by you being a peacemaker, that helps him start to come into his divine feminine traits, which is things like creativity. Okay. That's when he starts to break out of that 9 to 5 thinking and he starts adding all of the skills that he have gotten from those 9 to 5 jobs, all of those ideas and things that he have had on the job, by doing certain things like, I know a way where I can, do this job faster. And they coming up with different ideas or different tools or something like that that could make their job faster. This is how you come up with inventors. This is how inventors come up with things like that. Or this is how someone come up with a big business idea. By being able to get into that creative side, you are now allowing him to transition from out of that 9 to 5 thinking into that entrepreneur type thinking, because now he's going to get in a phase in his life where he wants to create something that's going to help benefit from the problems that he have encountered throughout life. He have encountered those problems for a reason. His purpose is to help people. So whatever his problems is that he came up with, a lot of people are having that same problem. So by him coming into a creative mind state, he is now able to come up with the idea that's going to allow him to help solve whatever that problem, therefore turning him into a more entrepreneur type lifestyle. And now that's where his purpose is now starting to flow open. Now the finances are getting bigger. Okay, it ain't 9 to 5 money no more. That's why I said there are certain aspects of you that allow him to be a provider, be a better provider. By you flowing into your feminine, it allows him, or your divine feminine, it allows him to flow into his divine masculine and his divine feminine as well. It allows him to connect like he's supposed to. Okay, connect to balance himself, to use that balance. Okay, so that's the importance of being a peacemaker. All right, next topic is being clean. Okay, cleanliness is next to godliness.